What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks. We are currently outside. My yard definitely needs mowed. There's Wheezy. I did just want to make a real quick update on the outside clown, which, as you can see, looks slightly different from the last update that we did. I actually think I haven't done any updates except for the first video where we introduced him and showed him out back here. So I'm gonna take him inside and get him in a little bit better lighting so you guys can see the changes a little better, because it's starting to get dark out. But I did just want to talk about kind of some events that happened over the past couple days. Basically, I came out here yesterday or the day before, I can't remember what day it was, and the clown was gone. And the reason that is so strange to me is because my yard is super long and the clown is all the way in the backyard, and I know both of my neighbors. I don't know these people back here, but they seem all right. And the clown is not visible from the street or from anybody else's house, except for like the two neighbors that I know. He's just on this pole, and as you can see, the pole's pretty tall. It's taller than me, and the clown mask was gone, so I didn't really know what was going on. I looked all around for it thinking maybe the wind got it, which even that seemed pretty unlikely to me because he is on there pretty good. I don't think he's going anywhere. And I figured maybe like a dirty little neighborhood kid stole him or something. So I started asking around neighbors. Nobody had seen anything. I asked a little kid neighbor up the street if any of his friends maybe came into my yard, because the chances of an adult coming into my yard during the day all the way back here to take a clown mask seemed highly unlikely. And if I would catch someone doing that, it would be a really bad day for them. So I just didn't really know what was going on. I just assumed that it was stolen, gone forever, and it was what it was, a failed project. So anyways, I came home later that day and decided to start looking some more. I started checking along the back, up in all this brush. I looked behind the shed here in this really weird narrow area. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but there's like a 2-foot gap between the fence and the back of the shed. And I saw a groundhog just chilling, and I was like, yo, that's kind of weird, especially because groundhogs have fantastic eyesight. I figured he would have ran away, but he didn't. So I made a noise, spooked him. He ended up running under the shed in a hole that I didn't even know was there. It's kind of like under the cement foundation of the building. So then I asked the neighbors that lived directly behind me if they had seen anything. The guy said no, but it was his mom's house, so he would ask her later. And then 10 minutes later, he came walking down the street with my clown mask in his hand. Apparently, their dogs had gotten a hold of it and were playing with it, so the owner of the house took it inside, being his mother, and then he brought it to me. So we got the clown mask back, and it turns out that what I'm guessing happened is that fucking groundhog climbed up here, because they can climb, I didn't know that, and stole this thing to take into his little lair under the fucking shed. And he couldn't get it in the hole, if you know what I mean. So he gave up, and then the dog got it and started using it as a chew toy. Fortunately, there are no bite marks or anything on it, so we'll take it inside, get it in some better lighting so you guys can see it. Just a slight update on this guy. And yeah, then we're gonna take him to another secret location that's like 10 or 15 miles outside of Chillicothe, and we will put him there so that no one and nothing can bother him. I'll make sure that he's nice and solid so that nothing can get rid of him. I wanted to film this video outside earlier when it was sunny, but by the time that I got home from work to film it, it had started raining, and it's still pretty wet outside. Like, his hair's all soaked. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but yeah, I wanted to film it outside in the daylight just to give you guys a good idea of the changes in natural lighting since the first video was done outside in natural lighting. But yeah, inside shots will do. Not a lot has changed on him, but we'll go in there and point out some obvious differences. Alright, so the first difference is obviously the hair has started to naturally dread. It was never like that before. I did have it in my tattoo shop room, and I had the hair kind of pulled straight out, kind of like a Redding clown, but it wasn't dreaded, it was just pulled out. Now the hair is starting to hang and definitely has dreads all the way around. And there's just some little pieces of nature in there, like some sticks and stuff. The paint itself hasn't changed too much, but when the dogs got a hold of it, it definitely got dirty. As you can see, it was drugged through the dirt there quite a bit, so I'm guessing they were probably chewing on the hair. There's no bite marks that I can see, and even if there was, it's vinyl, so it's pretty tough. I doubt they were out there trying to kill it. Another Big difference is how flimsy the mask has gotten already. It's not even really hot out yet. We've had a couple days that were like in the 80s, but typically it's in the 70s to low 80s and not near 90, but the mask itself is already getting super, super flimsy. Before it was pretty thick and didn't want to bend too much, and honestly I had trouble getting it onto my head, and I have a baby head, but right now it's super flimsy, getting my counter all wet. But the paint really hasn't changed too much, and that's what I think is going to change during the heat. I think that it's going to get super flimsy, and I think the paint is going to take some sun damage, so I'm really excited to see how it changes over the summer. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this update. Like I said, we're going to take him about 10 minutes outside of my city to some private property that has a very long driveway that I doubt anybody's going to go mess around on, and put him outside. I'm going to make sure that I have him locked up, if you will. That way that no animals can take it anywhere and hump it or do anything weird to it, and that way no humans will want to take it since it's so far out. I doubt anybody's going to be out there fucking around. So yeah, that is the update for this clown mask. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you later.